good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Zay back in the building, back with another video for y'all, man. And today we are reacting to another Tykwondoe video. This one is about breaking your low self-esteem and changing that logic into confidence. So going from low self-esteem to basically high self-esteem in a sense, and just building your overall confidence in yourself in order to become great. So we're gonna get right into this in 3, 2, 1.
P section of the dojo, baby, man. Have no fear. Tykwondoe is here, man. Listen, Patreon, I got bangers for y'all today. I'm gonna be dropping 3 videos. This will be a part of a 3-video drop. I've been traveling a lot lately. It's been a lot going on. It always throws off my balance of being behind a desk, but I'm gonna get a lot better at that. Some Patreon videos in the future will be in the form of a vlog, so be ready for that. They might literally look like me speaking to the camera, carrying it around with me, you know, by doing whatever means, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? And these Patreon videos are easy to get out because I just give it to y'all raw. I just pause. No diddy. I give it to y'all without editing. They just go. They just flow. Today's...
I ain't gonna lie, the whole no Diddy thing is kind of getting annoying. I'm just saying.
topic
But no Diddy.
will be an idea I refer to as low self-esteem logic, right? And transitioning from a low self-esteem, a poor self-image, lack of, an abundance of bad perception of yourself. You don't lack anything. So I almost said lack of confidence, but it depends how you look at it, right? You just have an abundance of negative thoughts about yourself, creating that low confidence. How do you change this? How do you transition this? How do you turn your life around? How have I done it for myself? How have I helped others? What has research gotten me along with? And what is channeling through my soul at this exact moment? Well, first of all, let's talk about what low self-esteem logic is. Why do I call it that? Because when coming from a place of higher self-esteem, a place where if I have an idea, I trust myself. I trust the universe and wherever that idea came from, and I execute on it with passion, with purpose, with great intention, and with seriousness, none to say the least. Because I take it serious, because I appreciate it. I'm in a higher vibration. I'm in a higher frequency. Now, there's some people listening saying, I'm not with all this spiritual heebie-jeebie shit, right? So let me show you something. This has nothing to do with spirituality or some sort of higher realm and Lucky Charms and rainbow season. It has nothing to do with that. If you were to put a brain scan, this is medical field thing. This is psychology. This is brain neuroscience. If you were to measure the frequency of the different emotions you experience, excitement, joy, anger, sadness, even when you're feeling jealousy, you can put a number on those emotions. So let me do this. Let me do this. Emotions and their frequency. So when we say high vibration, or when people say high vibration on the internet, this is what we're talking about. Let me literally show you. I don't know how obvious this is to you. You see this? Shame, guilt, apathy. Apathy is when you're like indifferent. You feel nothing. Grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. They're all low. At the highest is a place of peace, joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness. You cross that line at neutrality.
And I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm gonna pause it, but I can see it on mine a little bit. But it's at the bottom. We have shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, and I'm reading this from bottom to top. As far as the emotional vibration analysis chart goes. So we have shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment at the very top. And that makes a lot of sense. But I'm gonna continue letting my man cook.
And it's funny, it comes after courage, because when you're creating change, you literally need the courage or the audacity to break the pattern. That will be the theme of today's video, breaking the pattern. So when you have this low self-esteem logic, which I had once in my life, shy, looking at life the same way, not really understanding myself, my full potential, or what life could be in front of me, right? Let me tell you how this works, how you create this transition and you just change. Now that we looked at the emotional charts, the emotional frequencies, you're probably lying somewhere on the bottom because you're low self-esteem, low vibration, low frequency. Everything's low. Your energy physically might literally be low. It radiates off of you from within you. Let's keep going, right? Where's the change? It's about the pattern of assumptions. Low self-esteem logic, right? Guilt, shame, empathy, all of these come with a pattern of assumptions. Y'all should write this down in chalk crayon or get it tattooed on your skin. A pattern of assumptions. There are things you have to believe is true in order to maintain these patterns. I'm going to say this one more time. I say it two more times actually. There are things, ideas, and thoughts you have to believe are true in order to maintain these patterns. I'm going to say it one more time. There are thoughts, ideas, beliefs, maybe they even come from past experiences. This is the kicker. That you have to hold on to, that you have to believe in order to keep these pattern of assumptions alive. I'll give you an example. There is a pattern, low self-esteem logic, right? You see a beautiful woman. Every time you see a beautiful woman, every time you see a new opportunity for anything, whether it's to approach that woman, to start a new job, a new business, to move to a new city, a pattern of assumptions come. We all have them, honestly. So the problem is not the assumptions, right? Maybe you want to let some go to let new ones in when you're evolving in life, and you change them and you modify them all the time. But we're talking about low self-esteem logic right now. Low self-esteem logic, your patterns are probably already obvious. You can't do it. You're not good enough. She probably has a boyfriend or with that job and stuff. It's too risky. Why can you do it? Why you? Look at all these other successful people that are more handsome, stronger, taller, smarter, more capable. It's not you. Now, mind you, these are the assumptions that just flow through your mind when you recognize an opportunity, right? Follow me here and plugs. Y'all can throw this on YouTube. This is going to be a free Patreon video. I want this out here. I want this out in the world, marketed beyond all means. Let everybody see it, right? So catch this. When you recognize that opportunity and that pattern of assumptions come, those are the things that you have to believe in order to maintain this low self-esteem. It doesn't just exist on its own. It's not original. You were not born with necessarily low self-esteem or high self-esteem. As a kid, as growing up, all we had was impulsiveness as kids. We say things. Oh, I wanted to paint the wall, and you fucking start drawing all over the wall. Or you had a random kids just talk and say things out loud. They're not necessarily in a space yet where they have been shot down, told what they can and cannot be. A child's imagination is abundant. Listen, what does that create? They love life. They are at joy with life. There's a level of consciousness. It's very expanded. You see that word right there? Children, we know, are sources of like just pure, like damn near happiness or assholes sometimes. Kids can be rude. They say exactly what it is. You see kids have a connection with the truth. There's a power to truth. There's a power to authenticity that manipulating, lying, stealing, and hiding do not have or do not grant you.
Yeah, you gotta kind of keep that truth, that authenticity, all the way up until an adult, and continue to have that throughout life, because that's how you live life. Essentially, that's how you should live life. You shouldn't live life in fear. You shouldn't live life with low self-esteem. You shouldn't live life in a non-belief mindset. Especially if you want to get a new job, if you want to meet a new woman, if you want to be great at something. And if you're going to fail, you failed. Everybody fails. It's okay. You can't let one day mess your whole life up. You can't let one day mess up the flow. I say I'll compare it to a river. A river is going to continue to flow until something stops it. It could be a stone, a big stone in the water. That river is going to find a way to flow around it. Until you build a dam and completely stop that river from flowing, then you got it. But even then, the dam only stops the water from flowing through a certain point. The waters continue to move. It's gonna redirect back, or it's gonna go under, sideways, spread out. It's gonna continue to move. That's why Bruce Lee said, "Be like water," because there's always constant moving, constant energy. Energy can only be transferred. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be recreated. It can only be transferred. That's why you feel energy by anything. If you are afraid of something, you'll feel fearful. If you believe in something, you'll feel like a strong presence in yourself. If you believe in somebody else, you'll feel a strong presence in them. But you believe in them so much. You believe in them so much that it creates confidence in you. You say you can do it yourself. You have that confidence in yourself. You fail, you keep going, you realize, and you keep moving. The confidence slowly grows. It grows, it grows, it grows, it grows. Just like the water, just keep flowing. Don't stop the motion. Don't stop it. You gotta keep the motion going. Because once you stop is when you're telling that's when you're telling yourself, I can't do it anymore. I have nothing more to give. This doesn't benefit me. This is not good for me. All of those things are low self-esteem. All of those things are negative. All of those things hold you back from who you truly want to be. Living your truth, like he said. Kids do it all the time. Kids don't care if they color on the wall, they gonna color on the wall. Kids don't care if your food is nasty, they gonna tell it to you. If you stink, kids gonna say you stink. If they don't like your shoes, they don't like your shoes, and they may even step on your shoes, cause they living in a truth. And like he said, they're in love with life. They're in love with everything around them. They don't care about nothing. And they're imagining everything around them as positive energy, as things that's great, things that's good. And they're just living life and soaking everything in it at the same time. But they're not worried about criticism. They're not worried about negative feedback. They ain't worried about nothing. Granted, they have to learn these things, but everything that a kid learns or develops in their life can only either hold them back or expand what they already have. So, yeah. Oh, my laptop about to die soon. I'm gonna get my charger in a minute, but we can finish this. But my screen had went black. That's why I paused a little bit. But yeah, like a kid can express themselves however they want to, like however it benefits them. You know what I mean? Like a kid is gonna let you know straight up and down. Whereas an adult may question, an adult may think. A kid just right into action. It don't matter. I'm going. I'ma run down that street. You gonna have to come pick me up. I'ma ride my bike in the street. You gonna have to come get me. I'ma go jump in the ocean, and you gonna have, because they don't care. They living free. They living free. It don't matter. Granted, like I said, they have to learn, but they're in love with life. They're in love with who they are. And that doesn't mean you should be like a kid, but that just means you should love your life. You should love yourself. Love yourself enough to be yourself. A lot of people hold themselves back from who they actually are because they don't love themselves. I'm just let that sit with y'all, man. But we're gonna get back into this.
The conviction to control. Again, I don't have my bliss decks. I can't chap my lips, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be drinking a lot of water because I hate having dry lips. Long story short, though. We move now to a place, right? Once you recognize, what am I holding on to? What must I believe in order to keep these pattern of assumptions alive? I must believe I'm not worthy. I must believe I'm not good enough. I must believe that someone else is. I must believe that I'm not living right. Right? So now you're holding on to these beliefs. They're stuck on you, though. You've been holding them for years. Maybe somebody you respected gave them to you. You have to break these patterns. The key word is break. Not get rid of, not throw away, not take away, not write down. And you literally have to break them. Breaking something is aggressive. It's intentional. It is very, very, very direct. I want that to be in your mind. I must break them. They cannot coexist with my higher self. They cannot coexist. And when they coexist, my relationship to my low self-esteem will be completely different. Me, now having low self-esteem thoughts, I always see them as an opportunity to conquer myself. Let me hear a low self-esteem thought, and it is almost like a crocodile in water or a shark in water, like feeling a fish move. It's like, oh, I got some food now. Because I prey on my low self-esteem. I prey on my weakness. I prey on my fear. I eat it up because I know if I take that opportunity, no Diddy pause saying I eat it up might have sounded crazy.
But I'm gonna pause this too just so I can get my charger so the video continues to roll. And I ain't gotta re-edit or none of that. Okay. Just getting my charger, y'all. Bear with me. God damn it. Be right back.
But I know if I hear that low self-esteem thought and it says you can't do it, don't even try, you're not enough, or it tries to manipulate me into avoiding that opportunity, I know that is a place where I have not challenged my perception of myself enough to where it still has the audacity to say some weak ass shit. So now what I do is, here's how you change it. Every time you hear those thoughts, you must make the connection between what is physical and non-physical. What are some non-physical things? Emotion. You can't hug a joy. You can't hug guilt. It's non-physical. You feel it, right? What else is non-physical? Thoughts. I have an idea right now. I never had to say it out loud. It's non-physical. You don't see it, right? So all these non-physical things, thoughts, memories, emotions, anxiety, they're non-physical, right? Now, you must turn the non-physical into the physical. You must turn the joy, the love, the peace, the ambition, the courage, the curiosity, the confidence. You must turn all these ideas that you may be reading in books, reading and watching in podcasts, turn the non-physical seeds you've been planting in your mind into the physical. And every chance you get, you must do that. And what are the chances? What are the opportunities to do this? Much like I just said, that next time you see that opportunity that triggers those low self-esteem patterns, all those beliefs that you must believe are true to hold on to them, you now have to snap them in half, break them, run through them. Say, I'm going to do something differently, and do it. Show yourself. It's almost like a leap of faith. It's almost like walking blindly on thin ice. You break the ice and you fall through, and you go into a place or you experience a life you've never experienced before because your actions have always been the same. You won't experience new things. You won't you won't see that the grass is greener on the other side until you do something differently. This is why you have not been creating change. You've been stuck in a loop because you have not been taking the non-physical and turning it physical. And then when you turn it physical, and then all these ideas and your higher self is reflected in your physical reality, it's much harder to deny. It's much harder to ignore that, hey, maybe I am a better person than I was. Maybe I do have potential. You have to be outright delusional to neglect that you are stronger, better, doing more for yourself. Because guess what? I know the first thing somebody's saying, what if those results don't always show up? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what happens. It matters what you do. I've been seeing somebody on TikTok. I have all these clips. Bashir, he has all these great quotes for these things. And the thing about it is, you must test it out in your own physical reality. You must test it out in your own world. You must fuck around and find out. If I'm to translate it in a way that's understandable to my people and people that listen to me, fuck around and find out. That needs to be your life. I'm gonna fuck around and find out that I'm Tykwondoe. Fuck around and find out that I could have been a sensei. I could have still been in school right now, going to college, doing a whole living in a whole nother career. And that would have been fucking around and finding out too. Fuck around and find out. Realize that your last page was already written. Life wakes you up that next day, that next moment, fuck the next day, that next moment in the present that you are granted is your next page. Right on that page. Right on that page. So this is how it has to feel to you. It can't just feel like discipline, consistency, and motivation. Those are just words in the non-physical realm. What they need to be is you need to turn them into the physical realm. Where is my opportunity to be disciplined? Where is my opportunity to be consistent? Where is my opportunity to show confidence? And once you do that, you're now creating a constant connection between what is and that constant source and connection from your mind. You're connecting the non-physical to the physical. And they start doing what? Looping to each other. The same way your low self-esteem is looping you more low self-esteem. You're stuck on that low self-esteem. You keep listening to the thoughts that come from it. Don't do it, quit, don't even try, you're not good enough. And then you act on it. Your behavior reflects that you trust that non-physical feeling, that non-physical thought. And when your behavior follows through with it, and your actions follow through with it, it like damn near convinces your body that this is right and this is okay. This is why you experience a lot of discomfort and pain through change, because your body is literally breaking. It's breaking. It's chaos before order. This is why yin and yang, I got that symbol on the back of that sign right there. Yin and yang, like it's chaos and order at the same time. They go hand in hand. They are necessary for each other. Why? Because through chaos, things scramble and things get out of order, things fall apart, creating a new space, creating new opportunities for a new way of living, a new structure, and a new balance. And then when that order gets old or you're done with that order, you must break the order with chaos and then go into another space. You go up and plateau and then go up and then plateau and then go up and plateau. You're mastering the levels of yourself. So that's what this video is about. Hopefully I helped y'all realize you need to have an urgency for action, why that action is so important.
No, that's the end of the video, man. But hopefully, like he said, he was able to help anyone out there put their words into action, put their beliefs into action, put what they stand on into action, put their dreams into action, and hopefully nobody holds back. Hopefully everybody exudes the confidence in themselves. Hopefully everybody believes in themselves. Hopefully everybody's able to take something from this video and show themselves how great they are, prove to themselves how great they are, despite what anybody may say, despite what anybody may feel, despite the criticism, despite the doubt, despite the low self-esteem that is constantly in your brain. And get to the high self-esteem, get to the confidence, get to the believing, get to the consistency in believing in yourself, get to the new page in your chapter, get to the new you. And the old you slowly fades away. Over time, you can do a lot of great things. With consistency, you can do a lot of great things. But be wary, because over time, you can regress. Over time, the consistency can be regression. Over time, your self-esteem can be low. But as long as you are consistent in your high self-esteem, you're consistent in your beliefs, you're consistent in your confidence, you're consistent in putting things into action, you can be great. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to react to. Drop it in the comments, like I always say. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, whenever y'all watching this.